My father never used to see me.
Oh,
Are you willing to work for 12 hours straight for a
okay.
person who was working 16 hours for 1500 rupees, 8 months or 10 months without a day off?
Without it.
I don't believe on the word cuisine. It's tomato from India.
Okay. So you might have traveled and
Yeah,
tasted different kinds of food
yeah.
across India. Which one you like, sir?
I would say that.
How is the actual reality in the kitchens? You see, there's a famous show, you might have heard it, The Bear. I started the first episode. I'm literally feeling stressful just watching it.
My juniors, his name is Avinash, he told me, Chef, just watch it, you'll like it. And then I switched on to it, and I think I binge watched it in one night. I finished the
Is it
whole first.
relatable to you, sir?
Very, very, very relatable. Some of the major restaurants which has Michelin stars and World 50 Best ratings and things like that, these are places which have good quality street food.
Good quality street. Alright, sir, can you walk us through the Michelin? Why did a car tires company, especially a tires manufacturing company, went into this one, especially culinary, and they started rating restaurants? Why did this happen? I want to know the story actually.
I think it's basically for people to move around and find spaces where they can,
Okay,
dine and have an experience
okay.
over a period of time. So when you have a rating system where you can dine and have an experience, of course, how does car go? Those days it was
Tires.
cars by
Right.
driving,
Yes, yes.
tires, and that's why they came into the picture. But there is a bigger description of that as well. But what they do over a period of time is they have raised the bar.
Yes,
Like
yes,
it's not
exactly.
like any other rating system. I would say it's little bit more, you know secretive,
Yes, yes.
and you would know a person if it's a single diner who is coming in to dine at your space. I know this one particular gentleman who was a Michelin inspector who
Hmm.
had 3 Michelin stars under his shorts.
Okay.
Like he was wearing a shorts, but then under his thigh he had those 3 Michelin stars.
Three
So that's
Michelin
like the
stars.
secretive thing which they
Okay.
have it. Yeah, so that was him. So none of them tell that they are
They just randomly
inspectors.
come and
They would
just taste
just
the food.
randomly come. They would make a reservation. They have their own codes as well. When they make their reservations, they would give that reservation in, and they would judge every single thing, like in terms of how your placement of cutlery is there on the tables,
Hmm.
how a chef actually describes a particular cuisine, or does he resonate to what he is preaching,
Hmm.
his philosophy, the restaurant's philosophy, the timeliness, the taste, the
Yes.
culture interactiveness of the food, what has been created. So there are scopes, there are millions of I won't say
It's a
millions, there are a lot of
lot of.
a lot of parameters which they have to tick.
Hmm.
And yes, 3 stars is the impeccable one, is the most coveted one. But most of these restaurants start with one, and then they gradually get to two, and then they get to three. And when they get to three, they have to keep that three for
For
a
longer
sufficient
time.
amount
Yes.
of time. Yeah, so
That's amazing,
so
sir.
those are the things about Michelin star. But yeah, we don't have that, but there are spaces in India who are creating that kind of an awards year.
Hmm.
There's one really good one by Mr. Veer Sangvi. He
Hmm.
created something called culinary culture, where
Hmm.
it's almost similar rating systems here in India. So he does that as well. But again, it's the same way of how food has
How
been judged as well.
just
They have a small little forum where they have food hunters, and these are people who are anonymous. We don't know who they are. They would come in, dine, and they have their own parameters as well. And every year, you have
yeah,
awards being
awards
given as
being
well.
given.
Yeah, awards being given as well. They don't have like 2 star, 3 stars. They have 5 stars and five, four,
Seven.
three, two.
There's no seven.
There's no seven. There's
Okay.
five, four, three, two, one. They
Five.
have like that. They
That's
have
amazing, sir.
that kind. So that's another thing which is really good. Which, yes, of course, we don't have Michelin here, but we have these bodies who come in and do this on the same way as well. On the same way as well. Yeah. So
Okay. Sir, you have experience cooking in different cuisines.
yeah.
What is that one cuisine? other than Indian cuisine, which you love to cook?
See, I don't, to be honest with you, I don't believe on the word cuisine.
Okay.
I call myself eclectic.
Okay.
Eclectic is deriving inspirations from all around.
Okay.
I'll ask the simple question. The question is tomato from India?
Okay.
Tomato is not from India. But
That's
the most celebrated dish in the world by by foreigners, by people outside of India is chicken tikka masala
yes, sir.
or butter chicken,
Yes, yes.
which is basically tomatoes.
Tomatoes.
Tomatoes came to India only in the 16th century.
Yes.
Now we cannot take tomato goju out.
Okay.
We cannot take tomatoes out of India.
Okay. Yes, sir.
So where is Indian cuisine 400 years ago without tomato?
No one knows that, sir.
No one knows.
So you don't believe in the concept of
I don't
cuisine?
believe in a concept of cuisine. Cuisine is ever evolving, and it just gets better and better. Even for that matter, ananas or pineapple
Yes,
is not
yes.
from here. Potatoes are not from here.
Damn.
Yeah, potatoes were considered to be royalty, and that's why you find where East India Company was in Calcutta,
Huh.
potatoes in biryani.
Okay, now it makes sense
Yeah,
why
so
Bengal biryani has
as
potatoes in it.
potatoes, yeah. So things like that. So I asked that particular question as well. You know, why there's no cuisine at all? You know, like there's no word called cuisine. It's just that it's way of expressing things.
Express,
But
yes.
if you ask me which particular cuisine I would like to cook, I would say what I am born and brought up with. I would have any single day I would love to cook biryani.
Biryani.
Yeah, even till this day, Sundays are biryani days in my restaurant.
Wow,
So
that's
I
amazing.
cook for my guys. For on Sundays, it's a biryani day. So every Sunday is like a biryani day. And I was talking to you about the other person who, for the very first time, he cooked a biryani, and his biryani was equally, not equally, even better than mine.
Even better
The
than mine.
person who I talked about in before,
Yes, sir,
you
yeah.
know, the person who was an engineer and who came back being a chef, he cooked a biryani. So I was like, wow, it doesn't take people to be in this,
Yes,
industry for
yes.
so long to cook. There are people who are natural as well, so yeah, I love to cook what I am grown up with.
Yes,
So
sir.
yeah, but for my kids, I cook anything and everything with cheese
Which
because they
is
love cheese. So
okay, okay.
yeah.
So if you have to pick for the rest of your life
Yeah.
to eat one food, what
Yeah.
would it be?
Rest of my life to eat one food, I would say tair sadam.
Sorry, sir.
Curd rice.
Curd rice. Okay,
Curd
okay.
rice. I would say tair sadam or curd rice. Curd rice, not for the fact it's so humble yet tasty,
Okay.
yet for the mere fact it's good for your gut as well. And there are other combinations which works really well. For the first time in my QTK or quantity training kitchen, they served me tair sadam with chana masala on the side, curd rice and chana masala on the side.
Okay.
It tasted so magical. I am remembering it even after 28 years.
Wow.
It tasted so magical. So for me, curd rice and even saltfish or karwada they call it with tair sadam is great. A pickle could do the job as well with curd rice. So curd rice for me is very versatile, and I
Okay.
like curd rice in so many ways. Yes, I love biryani, but if you ask me what I can survive all my life by eating one, I would say curd rice.
It's really surprising for a guy who can cook, anything in the world, but you pick curd rice for the, comfort food or, what you gonna eat for the rest of your life.
No, I'm understanding that question as well again,
Yes.
because I'm remembering that particular chana masala and curd rice
Yeah, that must
after
be.
29 years.
Yes.
And even for that matter, I went to a school called St. Patrick's in Chennai, and I'm a guy, everybody who's around me are people who will bring in curd rice day in and day out.
Hmm.
Day in and day out, there'll be something potato fried with that. Someone will bring some chicken with that as well, like
Yes,
chicken
yes.
65 with that as well. So yeah, that's why I picked that. That's why I picked that. Resonated with me as well. It's simple, yet nutritious, yet something which cannot be taken out. Yeah,
Okay, that's wonderful.
yeah.
Right, sir. Thoda, we will increase the intensity of the
Yes, yes,
conversation.
yes. By all means.
All right. I have this one serious discussion I want to have with you, sir.
Yeah.
What are your views on veganism, vegan food?
The answer was already there with the
Okay.
previous question itself.
Okay.
When I said curd rice,
Yes.
you
Yes.
know, I think human being has been eating or drinking milk and milk products all their life for the last 2000 years.
Okay.
We never had a problem.
Yes. Yes.
Only in the last 20 years, you are telling me that I am going to get a problem. I'm creating something which is unsustainable
Yes, sir.
because of drinking or eating milk and milk products.
Yes. Yes.
I genuinely accept it. It's
Hmm.
okay. It's okay if you have your own beliefs. But for me, it doesn't resonate.
Yes, it
It
doesn't.
doesn't resonate for me. A mock meat doesn't resonate to me.
Yes. Yes.
I would love a vegetable as a vegetable.
Yes. Yes.
I don't want a vegetable to taste like meat.
Yes. Exactly.
So that's my take on it.
Okay.
And again, if it's milk from me is milk. It's cow's milk or mom's milk, it's milk.
Yeah.
That's milk for me. Milk, it's not almond milk. It's
Definitely.
not almond milk. It's not oat milk. For me, those words don't ring a bell. It's something which I don't resonate to with. But I respect your decision of being a vegan. But just that I cannot cook just vegan food.
Yes. Yes.
That's it.
You don't like cooking at all.
I don't. I love to cook with butter,
Hmm.
ghee, and all those things which we
Enjoy.
enjoy food with.
Yes.
It's guilty pleasures. Like it's food. It's one life.
I'll tell you one thing, sir. I am a lactose intolerant. Okay, I have been. I've gone nearly 1.5 year cutting off dairy products.
Okay.
After that, I felt like okay, this is. I'm a huge paneer lover.
Okay.
I love
Okay.
cheese too. I love eating pizzas. Obviously, I'm from India. I love ghee and everything.
Yes.
I had to cut everything. After a while, yeah, I was fine.
Yeah.
But then there's some temptation. You're grown up with these foods.
Yes. Yes.
So I've seen it for a while, and I like bhad mein gaya, I'm eating paneer.
Okay.
And the thing is, it didn't show that much of effect than the doctors or the media or everyone portrayed. If you're a lactose intolerant, if you go it, it's gonna be horrible for you. No, it wasn't that much. Of course, I had little bit trouble,
Okay.
but yeah, it was. I faced the consequences. That's it.
No, honestly, I'm lactose intolerant. I did not know that,
Wow.
but even I'm lactose intolerant. But I hear a deaf ear. Like it's not because of that. It's the conscious decisions which
Yes,
which
yes.
people take to become vegan, which is good, which is great. I don't deny it, which is great. But there are certain things I don't want to do
Yes,
because
yes.
it's my belief, and everyone's belief is for themselves. Yeah.
Yes,
So I don't want to cook with. I want to use honey from
Honey
the
too.
bees.
Yes, sir.
I want to use honey from the bees. It's natural, and I want to use milk. I want to use cheese. I want to use ghee. I don't want to use something to taste like meat.
Yes, sir.
I want to harness a vegetable for its potential. A mushroom. I want to use that
Use the
to its full potential and make it tasty.
Yes.
So I don't want any creative freedom or restrictions to how I want to create a food.
Yes, exactly. So, coming to India, we have this lifestyle, Jain lifestyle, and they have this unique way of eating. Okay, they don't eat anything which grows under the ground. Um, do you have any idea about it, sir?
Yes, I do have ideas about it as well. There's a lot of people who ask me, "Can you cater to Jain food, without onion and without garlic?" Again, it restricts my creativity,
It restricts your
and I
creativity.
politely tell them, "I'm sorry, I will not be able to." And this is something which I cannot do. Like it's something again when I want to have that. It's like telling an artist, "I'm not going to give you the color red and color green."
Yes, yes.
And ask him to paint,
Paint a
ask him to
canvas.
paint a nature or something like that. So it's pretty hard. It's pretty
Very
hard.
hard for you.
It's pretty hard for us. So I yes, it's their beliefs, it's their cultural identity as well. We are no one to question that. And again, it's my decision that I don't want to cook, and it's my decision. That's it.
Okay, so there is this new. I don't know if it's a trend or it's been there before. I recently have went to a hotel Marriott and happened to have a unique style of cooking. The chef, I don't know the chef because I didn't ask for them. So their way of cooking is without oil. Okay, they in Hindi they use called bhunna. They do it with water. And they say it tastes the same and it's much healthier. It's like, they claim it, it's much healthier with the
Again,
water.
to every man for his own.
Yeah.
That's it. It's the way, it's the way how they want to
Hmm.
portray it. It's the way I can't vouch for that. I've not tasted it,
Okay.
nor have I thinking of doing something like that.
Okay.
I love to cook with nature's gifts,
Yeah, just
and I like to keep it that way. It could be hazelnut oil, could be peanut oil, could be sesame oil, or even. But then too much of anything is not good as well. So you
yes.
have to know your limitations when you're using. You can't have rogan floating all the way on top. You
Yes.
should you should have what a recipe demands for it to, for it to be greasy, for it to be so you have to ethically use it in cooking. So
Yes.
too much of anything also is not good, but I
Yes. Yes.
understand that. But there are, as I tell you, we are not amateurs here. We are people who have been trained. We are doing this over a period of time, so we know how much of oil to put, how much of oil not to put
Not to
as
put.
well, and what to use, what not to use. It's not somebody who's just cooking just like that,
Just like that.
like, yeah. So knowing about it, I don't deny it. That's a good one. I've heard about that as well.
Yes.
It's something which we could learn and we could impart as well. Of course, yes, oil, reducing oil will have really good implications as well. I
Hmm.
don't know about the taste. I
Don't
don't
know
know
about
about
the
the
taste.
taste. Yeah, I don't know.
And I'll tell you one thing. Of course, I could tell the difference. I could tell the difference, but it's not very noticeable unless
Okay.
and until they tell you it's there's no oil used in it. We use the water to cook this. Then okay, okay, yeah,
No,
I can tell them.
there are certain natural products which has their own fat as well.
Hmm.
Like the lamb will have its own fat, pork will
Yes.
have its own fat, and yeah, things like that. They will all have its own fat, and you can cook with their fat
Yes.
itself.
Yes.
So, but for vegetables, I don't know. I
Yes.
don't know. For vegetables, I don't know how they can harness a particular vegetable unless or until there are techniques which they have, which they have found a way to. So,
Yes. Yes.
yeah.
Uh, right now, it's getting a little bit interesting when you spoke about non-veg, little bit
Okay.
meat. I
Okay.
want to ask you, sir, which one you like to love to cook, vegetarian more or non-vegetarian?
See, I am a guy who was born non-vegetarian, so
Okay.
of course I will love to cook non-vegetarian food as well. But for some reason, one of my favorite restaurants in Bangalore is a full vegetarian also.
Manu, sir, which one?
Burma, I like their
Oh,
food.
Burma, Burma.
Yeah,
Yes,
I
yes.
like their food. Just for the mere fact it's vegetarian,
Yes, yes.
and still they are able to give tasty food. So
Yes.
that's something over here. It's again. I think I went 3 or 4 years back,
Hmm.
and I've not gone back because I'm a hardcore carnivore.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
still, I kind of like that space. I kind of like that space. I would say the food was great. The food was great. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But it's not like my favorite place to always go. But the food was great, even though it is.